I think
bottom of the barrel.
We are getting towards the point where people will no longer recognize the government.
Yeah, I was joking about that before the show. I was like, we talked about it yesterday. Like, they say, like, I do not recognize your authority here. But I was like, last night we were talking about that. I was like, I literally don't recognize this government. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's the most powerful branch. Isn't the president not supposed to be able to take us to war? That I don't recognize that ability. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It's not even about recognizing as in acknowledging. It's about recognizing in the literal sense, like when someone walks up to you and says, John, you remember me? And you go, I do not recognize you. Who are you?
Yeah, our government is not, the president has no authority to declare war. That's not our government.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And here we are.
But the War Powers Act says that, he's allowed to for a limited time, as long as Congress doesn't vote against it. Instead, it's literally like Congress voted to give the power to George Bush to carry out war. Congress doesn't have the authority to do that. Like there's nothing in the Constitution that says, Congress, you can abdicate your responsibility for declaring war by voting to give the president the power. Like that is literally passing the buck to the executive because Congress doesn't want to face their own voters. That's exactly what they did. And there's no reason for that to not be just totally thrown out as completely and totally illegitimate. But they just said, well, we're going to do this. And what are you going to do?
That Civil War movie is coming out on Thursday. I guess they say it's coming out on Friday, but the first screenings are on Thursday. And apparently Taylor Hanson and Andy Ngo have footage in the film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Someone posted a screenshot of the credits and it's like archival footage from, and it includes a list.
Oh, wow.
And then all these leftists are super angry that footage was included. And I'm like, well, they were the one filming it. But, man, it's on the mind right now. And the reason I bring that up, we had these street takeovers, this one that went particularly viral where a guy's car got taken. We talked about this the other day, but, in terms of not recognizing the government, there's two forms of it. One, Alex Jones being like, the FBI and the CIA went after him, according to this guy. That's a political witch hunt. That's politically targeting a media personality. The guy even says in the video, well, he didn't do anything that would send him to prison. The guy, the journalist is like, why not, put him in jail? He's like, well, he didn't do anything to go to jail.
$1 billion.
They wanted more than they wanted the GDP of France.
Is this all for the Sandy Hook thing?
Yeah.
That's all for that?
Yeah.
All for that. And so it's a wild case for sure.
Yeah, it is.
The judge, it was a summary judgment, just like Trump.
Mm-hmm.
The judge said he's in default because he wouldn't hand over certain documents. Alex claims he gave everything he had, and no matter what he did, they kept saying nope. And so a judge could just do that. This is what I get worried about. The only group of people right now in this country that are keeping this country together are conservatives. That's it. Liberals do not recognize the authority of police. They want to abolish and defund them. They throw bricks at them. They do not recognize the authority, nor do they like anything about the U.S. government. They firebombed a federal building in Seattle for 3 months.
But I will say not just liberals, because I have a lot of people that consider
not just
themselves
liberals. What are you talking
well,
about?
people that
I
like
didn't mention liberals.
It's like, you said liberals just then.
Did I?
It's you mean like the leftists, kind of this mob movement that's
Right.
this communist attempt. Yeah, because there's a lot of liberal people.
Then I stand corrected, and I meant the leftists.
The liberals, there are a lot of people that are just find themselves liberal and like kind of want to keep it together too. Maybe they don't know how. Maybe they're being led by the media, mass media. Unfortunately, this archaic.
But I stand by what I said. It's only conservatives that are keeping this country together, because if the left took over, liberals would just march in lockstep. So if conservatives at any point simply said, we do not recognize, both in the literal sense and in the acknowledging sense, this government, there's no government. It's over. The left will immediately be like, free for all. They've already been doing it. Roving gangs of unaffiliated politically, taking over the streets in numerous cities.
And that makes sense. That's what they want. They come in with this communist mentality. They want to infiltrate the United States, disrupt it, and then make people on the other side give up because it's so annoying, or they're so frustrated, or they
want to break it apart.
Yeah.
From the ashes of the old, we shall build a new.
They want us to break it apart for them. They want us to do it to ourselves.
No.
I think
They want to just break. And so conservatives, Trump supporters, are desperately trying to make America great again. And so what happens then is you have this corrupt FBI and CIA, hyper-partisan political communist faction, and it is the Trump supporters who recognize them as legitimate. The left doesn't recognize any of the government. They don't care. I mean, they went to Atlanta, broke into a police city, like this massive territory, firebombing construction equipment, burning down private homes, flipping over vehicles. They do not recognize the authority of this government. And then you have Trump supporters who the police show up. The journalist will put his hands behind his back, be put in cuffs and shackles, and he will march politely to the court where he'll be railroaded.